sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of on my feet when I touch the ground. In front of any regime.
There we go. That should be good. There we go. That should be good. All right. There we go. That should be good. All right, let's get into it, man. Now that we're here, what's good? It's your boy Low, man. I am in the studio today. Just finished my first workout of the day, but got a package that was delivered, and I want to jump into it. I am currently also about to release my first episode of season 3 for The World According to Low. And yeah, man, we about to get into it. Got a package, a lot of stuff going on. Hope y'all good. Hope y'all chilling out there, man. Listen, it's a lot going on in the world. Do something today that allows your mental health and your spirit to be fed. Read the Bible or pray. Do some stuff, man. Get out, touch some grass. All that stuff makes a difference. Work out. You know what's really been helping my anxiety is my workouts, man. So shout out to I've been on a hard. I'm gonna try to do some reactions to the most dangerous gym. They say in America, but it's in New Jersey, Diamond Gym. Cause I've been on this kick. I'm back in the gym, getting this dad bod going, starting to see some definitions, some results popping through, and I'm loving it. And yeah, man, we're gonna get cooking on that. I got to get that channel. If you're not subscribed to my fitness channel, it's called The Journey. You can look it up. Just put The Journey and then search my name on YouTube, and it should come up. But let's get to why we here today. Let me see. Yeah, had to get my trusty. Let's do this. Get me in here. All right. Yeah. All right, so this right here is something I ordered from Camera Foundry. I've been on the fence about it, but with a lot more work coming up and my rigging, I want to protect my camera as best as possible. And I see they made a version 2 that was more my speed. Let me get this out of the way. And as you can now see, this is the Cineback. Y'all see it? I got the Cineback. I was actually watching, I was on Threads when y'all hold tight. I'm gonna do this right here. Had to take a quick picture. I'm putting this on IG. If you're not following me on IG, what are you doing? Get over there and follow me now. It's just like my name says on the screen. And this is by Camera Foundry, chat. And Camera Foundry is, what is my guy? Caleb. And Caleb. What's Caleb's last name? Caleb. Well, he might not get tagged. I can't remember what his last name is. And I'm glad I seen that, because it should be pulled, the plug. All right. Now that is done, we're going to get into this. Let's see what comes in this thing, man. I'm going to move this screen over here if y'all don't mind. There we go. That just makes it easier for me. All right. Oh, it's already assembled too. Wait a minute. We got a note right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. We got a note right here. Power safety note. Please double check your D-tap connections before you turn on Cineback. Always check to make sure positive and negative on your cables match the positive and negative on Cineback. Even though D-taps are technically one-way connections, many cables can be plugged in backwards, which can destroy your cables and or camera or other devices. This Cineback unit takes the voltage of a attached battery and supplies it to the D-tap connectors. The output voltage will match the voltage of the battery, so please do not connect devices that need lower or higher voltages than what your battery can supply. Always check the output voltage of your cable's power adapters to ensure they are converting voltage correctly for your devices. Example 1, if a camera requires 8 volt, make sure your D-tap to dummy battery coupler converts 14 to 8. Example 2, if focus motor requires 5 volts USB-C power, make sure you have a D-tap that drops the voltage and does not send the full 14. This will destroy your device unless your device can accept that higher 14.4 voltage. Okay. And so they just saying be careful about the things you get. They gave us a little sticker right here also. That's cool. We all love stickers for the hard cases. Typically for me on my rigs, what I typically, look at this. It feels a lot heavier than I expected. Oh man. Okay, Caleb. Bruh. It's well built. I'm not mad at this. Little screen. So this is how it goes, because the screen, when you fold it out, it lays right here in this groove. And with the big 6, that's going to be good. This is what I love. I love that I don't have to have a external back plate, because the way I hold my camera in documentary style content, I want it to just all feel solid. Not that I got a heavy battery on the back and it's giving and I got to tighten it and I got to move it. I want it to feel like one body. So that is good. All right. we're gonna get this out of the way. Excuse my junky desk, y'all, but hey, I'm a working guy in this field. They don't give any instructions. I didn't see any instructions. Like, what is all this? So do you just slide it in? Is this like, bro, this is a bro, this is a lot of screws and bolts. I don't really know what this is for. Seriously, I'm looking in here. I don't see any instructions. Scan for info. Okay. Maybe that's why. They put the sticker in there. You would think they would put it like instructions in here. Okay. So what if I didn't have a camera or a phone with me? I guess they said, yeah, right. Who doesn't have that? All right, so these are the instructions. They are giving the instructions. What I am going to do is take it. One thing I love about Chrome is that you can be on Chrome on your mobile, and then if you're on a Mac, it will pull up the instructions straight off being on the same network, which is dope. Let's see. We're gonna get these version 2 instructions.
This is Cineback version 2 for the FX3.
I'm gonna get my
FX3.
iPhone. I mean, not my iPhone. I'm gonna get my FX3.
A boxy style cinema camera or a more documentary style setup using our XLR handle extension kit, also available from Camera Foundry. It no longer requires a cage on your camera to work and is compatible with the F38 quick release system, making switching between a large format cinema camera kind of setup into something much more compact and mobile, instantaneous, and so easy to work with, while also remaining secure with our new quick release knobs, which can instantly be installed to lock the camera down.
Chat, they said this also works
Allen key, which
with
is not hidden in the body. It still sports a V mount or
they said it also
battery
works
plate
with my
a switch that sends power to
current
USB-C power delivery jacks that can support power to
cage,
your camera and other
small
devices,
rig cage,
as well as a rotating 4x D-tap splitter, a new cable management area with a quick access door, loads of cable routing options, compatibility with our new right angle cables, a newly redesigned top cheese plate with a ton of mounting options, the same massive mounting plate for quick releases, as well as being able to use the screen in any orientation, no matter how you like to film. It's also compatible with 8 cages and counting, so you can get your favorite cage installed with the FX3 and Cineback. Along with version 2
I'm gonna strip all this
FX3,
down.
we are coming out with several different modules to upgrade all Cinebacks we've ever made, including new power modules, quick release modules, and more. There's a lot to unpack here, so check the timestamps below this video to find what you're looking for, including different cage compatibility and installation guides, and all of our compatible accessories and gear on the product page at camerafoundry.com. So let's dive in and take a closer look at everything that's new with version 2 of the Cineback for FX3 and FX30. Cineback for FX3 and FX30 version 2 is capable of adding a quick release and using the camera without any cage. If you want to use the FX3 with the XLR audio handle without a cage and still use the quick release, skip to this part of the video to continue. Everything you need is included with the kit with exception to the quick release itself. You can purchase this separately and there are several different versions available. While the older F38 bottom clamp is compatible, we recommend going with the newer version 2, which has a better locking system and multiple threads, so you can thread it in with more than one bolt, making sure that your whole camera doesn't twist. All of the F38 plates are compatible. You just need to be aware of which one you're using so you can use the appropriate spacer. So we have the smaller units with a single thread and they're a little thinner, and then the slightly larger version that has multi-thread, which is nice for keeping things from twisting. So the first thing we're going to do is set the camera aside and we're going to prepare Cineback by installing our base plate. Again, there's the older version with a single thread or the newer version, which is what we recommend in stock on the store, that has the newer locking mechanism. and the multiple threads. So we're going to install this one, and we're going to install it in this orientation with these silver pins on the back here facing backward, and the release button on the right hand side of the operator.
All right, so I need
3 of our smallest black quarter.
So I need the one with the cages. Quick release knobs. I think mine is here. Yeah, here we go.
Scenario. If you prefer a cage, but you still want a quick release system like we've talked about without a camera cage on FX3, we are coming out with a quick release module that is available for all Cineback models and is compatible with the FX3 with cages installed, as well as the XLR handle kit. So if you want to rig it up in a cage and want a quick release, that is still completely possible with Cineback. Now let's talk about getting the FX3 or FX30 installed with Cineback FX3 version 2 using several different cages.
Okay,
the
I gotta
following
take.
instructions are going to be compatible.
I gotta
with
take
the
this
cages
off
on screen. And
so
check
I
the
can't
bottom
have a
just in
plate
case
on
there
this.
are more cages.
My
added
plate
in
is
the
gonna
future.
have to
In this section, we're
go.
talking about the knee work cage and a whole bunch of different small rig cage variants. For demonstration, I'm going to use the knee work cage, but this is again going to work with several different cages, and the process is the same. The first thing we're going to do is flip our cage upside down, and on the rear 3/8 thread, we need to add one of these silver or brass 3/8 to 1/4 20 adapters. This is what they
He's
look
talking
like
about this
out
right
of
here.
the bag from Camera Foundry. So we're going to go ahead and install that on the bottom of the cage right here at the back. From there, you can go ahead and install the cage according to the manufacturer's instructions. We're going to go ahead and flip out the camera screen and set the camera aside while we prepare Cineback. What we're going to be doing is adding this spacer here, which is labeled J, and you can install it in this.
Hold on. He moving quick, y'all. I gotta dump all this. Get all this out so we can work. All right, so I need a spacer. If you don't know what the spacers are, I'm about to show you. So this, you see how these look small and this is big? We got to make this a smaller one. So we're gonna use this little thing here, which is called a spacer, to make up that gap. I'm just gonna screw it in like so, like that. And then you can even take this and screw it in to make sure it goes all the way in place. All right, cool beans. All right, and then let's go back. He said we're taking
orientation using
J.
4 of the included.
So we're using J, which is, we're gonna put the FX3 to the side. We're gonna take this and we need J. That is a K. I'm thankful they labeled these. This is J. So we're gonna put this, not, hold on. Is this at the top? Let me go back a little bit, y'all. I'm sorry.
Screws and the appropriate Allen key. This will take these 2 open holes and line them perfectly up with the top slot of Cineback. What we'll be doing is adding this spacer here, which is labeled J, and you can install it in this orientation using 4 of the included silver screws and the appropriate Allen key. This will take these 2 open holes and line them perfectly up with the top slot of Cineback and those 2 threads.
All right, so the front row. Let me see. So these gaps.
It's on the camera. At this
Is it back? Let me see. Oh, I see. All right, I got it. And we're putting these little silver ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Trying to make sure y'all can see chat. Yeah. All right, so we're going here with it. All right, there's one. Two. And then these middle. Three. And I like to just get stuff in before I go too far, before I do a hard tighten. So now that I have all of these in place, now I can tighten them all down. Snug, not to over tighten, just to where I know it's nice and locked in. That one's good. There we go. All right.
Point, we're going to go ahead and set Cineback down. We'll grab the camera
Little
and
spacer
slide
right
it
there.
in place. Now, if you feel like you need to slightly pry up this top plate, that is totally fine, completely normal. Now we can go ahead and line up the two threads of the camera with the two threads on Cineback. Grab two of the third from the smallest socket black screws from the kit, and we can go ahead and install them here and here. I like to go backward until I hear a click. So
I'm trying to see how. Oh, okay. So I need to take.
With those lightly tightened, we can go ahead and.
Hold on, I gotta take this off. Y'all. I got these. I had bought this top plate, which is probably gonna have to go up here now for my handle, which is cool. Not mad at it. Easy peasy. Uh-oh, that one don't want to come off. There we go. And I got this. This is a small rig piece. This one keeps slipping. This. Hold on, y'all. I need to get. Let me get a better. That's scaring me a little bit. Where is my Allen wrench kit? Is it up here? It typically is on my desk. I probably should have pulled all this before, but I was just trying to. I thought they were gonna have it all together, like tool wise, like they typically do. Y'all hold tight, cause we keep a hex kit close. Keep a hex kit close, and let me check my. It's usually on my desk. My wife cleaned my desk. Hold on. Let's see here. a hex wrench kit. Trying to see where we've been working a lot lately, so sometimes stuff gets moved around and don't get put back. I think I found my small rig kit. Maybe this will have one. Alright. I told you I'd keep some on there. I found my small rig kit as well as, there we go. That one isn't slipping. Am I going the right way? Why is this? Oh, I know this screw ain't stripped. I'm about to be screwed if I am. Oh my God. Let me try this. That's too big. My God. Why is this? Is it? I didn't even know to tighten this. Hold on, let me close this up. There we go. Woo! Shout out to Small Rig. That joint does look a little, you know. All right, we back in business, y'all. We back in business. All right, so I'm sliding this in. They said you may have to lift it up. There we go. Oh, my bad. Let me fold this out. Lift this up a little bit. Boom. Screen is in the side. Oh, snap. There we go. All right, it is seated. I can get to all the buttons. Yeah. Getting to the menu, you can. Oh, I guess you can still put your finger in there and hit it. That's a little different, but kind of like that. It protects it. All right, we here.
Close the camera screen, flip the whole thing over, and add another screw right here into that adapter that we installed in the cage earlier. This time we're going to use...
Did I miss something?
Normal. Now we can go ahead and line up the two threads of the camera with the two threads on Cineback. Grab two of the third from the smallest socket black screws from the kit, and we can go ahead and install them here. And
yo, what? What size is that, gang?
From there, you can go ahead and install the cage according to the manufacturer's instructions. We're going to go ahead and flip out the camera screen.
I'm trying to figure out
aside while we
screw sizes.
What we're going to be doing is adding this spacer here, which is labeled
that's
J,
a little smaller.
And you can install it in this orientation using 4 of the included silver screws and the appropriate Allen key.
These are
this
same
will take
size.
us to open holes
that's a
and
little
line
smaller.
them perfectly up with the top slot of Cineback and those two threads on the camera. At this point, we're going to go ahead and set Cineback down. We'll grab the camera and slide it in place. Now, if you feel like you need to slightly pry up this top plate, that is totally fine, completely normal. Now we can go ahead and line up the two threads of the camera with the two threads on Cineback. Grab two of the third from the smallest socket.
Alright. So you got these little ones, which I think we used already. No. Alright, so it's a ton of these little ones. It's like, what did he say? So it's like 2, 4, 6. It's 6 of these. 2, 4, 6. It's 6 super small ones. And I know y'all can't see what I'm saying, but You get 6 of these small ones. Okay. But those are not the ones we need. Then you get 2 of these next up medium ones. Okay. We don't need those. Yeah. These are the ones we need. And then it's 3 of these and 2 big. All right. So these are our guys. This size right here. These are our guys. All right. And I'm screwing these into the top slot, handle slot. Am I lined up right? I am not. All right, wait a minute. Something moved. Okay. So we like here with it. Yeah. Okay. I got it now. We got it. All right, let's see if this works now. I think it's going down in there. I don't know. Let me see. Did I move something? Or is this just I need to go to the bigger size? There we go. Yeah. Okay. So this is tightening. I don't want to over tighten. Attack on Titan. All right, that's in there. He says then we flip it over.
Get black screws from the kit, and we can go ahead and install them here and here. I like to go backward until I hear a click so that I don't cross thread the threads on the camera. With those lightly tightened, we can go ahead and close the camera screen, flip the whole thing over, and add another screw right here into that adapter that we installed in the cage earlier. This time we're going to use the smallest black socket screw that comes with the kit. And with that installed, we can flip things onto the side and check fitment on Cineback. If the screen looks a little
and that is this one underneath the bottom
with the screen holder, we can simply loosen this bottom screw or thread and slide the camera forward and back until we get that just right on the side. But if everything looks nicely aligned, we're ready to go ahead and go out and film with Cineback. Now let's talk about installing the XLR top handle with Cineback in the following cages. So the newer cage, as well as a whole host of small rig cages. And check the product page to see if we've added any future cages to this list. The only exception will be the Hawk Lock cage from Small Rig that comes with this XLR handle system. So if you're going to be using this with Cineback, skip to this point in the video where we'll talk about how to get it set up. If you purchase Cineback in its standard configuration with this solid top plate, go ahead and remove it. If you purchase Cineback with the XLR extension handle kit, there will be 3 screws right here. Go ahead and remove those so we can install the plate. Go ahead and take the rear cheese plate that comes with the XLR extension kit, and we're going to install it right here on Cineback using the 3 smallest screws that come with the kit. Once installed, we can set the body aside and get our XLR handle extension installed by taking the longest screw that comes with the XLR handle extension, running it through this rear handle into Sony's handle, and then adding the NATO rail that goes on the top, and then securing it in place with 4 of these flat head screws, making sure that the 3/8 thread on the NATO rail with the 2 area locating pins is facing toward our XLR jacks. Once all of that is installed, we can go ahead and grab our camera and install.
I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put my top handle on here now, because these slots
tightening down those 2 thumb screws on
should have been where I was.
Next, we can grab Cineback again. We'll go ahead and line up These top two
Unless I
holes
take-
or slots.
I wonder what
with
these long
two
screws
threads
are.
on the back corners of the cheese plate.
Because I might be able to
Once we
use
have
these.
that aligned, we'll use two of the smallest screws that come with the kit and install it in place. Again, we're going to use the smallest screw that comes with the kit. Finally, we can take a look at the screen side.
So
of the
pretty
camera
much
to
this
make
is
sure
it
that
for
it's
me.
nice and parallel with Cineback. If it looks a little
The rest of
wacky,
those-
we can loosen this bottom screw and push or slide the camera forward and back until things are nicely aligned again. And with that done, we now have the XLR handle extension kit installed
Yeah.
with Cineback, and we're ready to go out.
Yeah, this
While
seems
installing,
like
the
it's
hot lock cage is absolutely compatible with our XLR handle extension kit. It also
this seems like
comes in a
it
very
is
purchase with a
more
couple
so
accessories to mount to Sony's XLR handle. So at this point, we're going to talk about not using our handle extension
instead of
kit,
these short
making sure
ones.
that this works with your setup and with Cineback. Start by removing the top plate of Cineback. whether
Instead
that
of
be the
these,
XLR extension, rear
and
plate,
I'm gonna hold it
or
like
the
this so you can see.
full-size Cineback.
I'm gonna go with these
You can use
longer
threads on the top of
ones
Cineback for other gear,
to
or if
see
you
if
just wanna
that
cover them up
will
to keep
hold
dust and grime
all the
and dirt
way
from
through
getting there. You can grab the
my top
M
rail.
spacer and go ahead and install
Give
it
enough
like you see here,
reach, yeah.
and a couple of washers which are included. And I'm going to go ahead and install a couple of our smallest socket screws just to keep everything tidy and in place. With that done, we can go ahead and install the hawk lock cage and the XLR hawk lock handle with Cineback using two of the smallest bolts here and here on the bottom of Cineback into the cage. The only downside to the setup is going to be that we don't have a full connection to the top of Cineback, and we can't remove the handle because it's going to hit Cineback, so we would need to take apart a couple different parts here. So not absolutely perfect with this integration, but it does physically work, and you could totally run a setup like this using the hawk lock cage. Although if you really want to stick with this cage, you might consider either going with Cineback Lite, where you use a quick release, or picking up the quick release adapter for Cineback so that you can quick release the camera off of Cineback, then remove the top handle as needed. Now let's talk about installing the FX3 or FX30 with the tilted cage. First, we're going to install the cage following the manufacturer's instructions. Next, we're going to take Cineback and we're going to remove the top plate because we need to install the N spacer, which looks like that, and this K spacer.
This one,
So we
hold
can
on, let me
start by
see.
removing these three screws.
One of these
Once
is not
installed
all the
like
way
that,
in,
we
it
can take the
seems.
whole thing, flip it over using those same three screws.
This
and
one locked
install the
in.
top plate. With all of that done, we can now grab the camera, flip open the camera screen, and we'll go ahead
Let's see
and install
why
it in Cineback.
we-
Now, you
we
may
aren't
feel that
lined
you need
up.
to lift up this top plate here. That is completely fine and normal for installation, and we can shimmy the camera in until the threads line up with the top of the camera and these two holes. Next, we can grab the second to longest set of screws and go ahead and install them here and here on Cineback. I like to back the screw out and
Is that
push
screw
down until I hear a click. Then
trying to
I'll
see
let it
if,
down. That way I don't strip the camera threads, and we'll keep things nice and tidy. With those two installed, we can flip the whole cage upside down and add one single
I
thread
see
right
that
here.
one.
Finally, we can close the camera screen.
It
on the
appears to
side, and
be
we're ready to go out and film with this great cage and camera and
all the way
Cineback
down.
combo. Now let's go over setting up Cineback if you've also purchased the XLR extension kit for the Sony XLR handle and getting it all to work with the tilted cage. To install the top handle kit with the cage, we're going to add the NATO rail
Let me see
to the
some.
top of the rear handle attachment, just like you see here with two
Okay, so
flathead screws.
it's
Then we
down
can
on
attach
it's
that
it's
to
screwing
the
in.
Sony handle with two more flathead screws, making sure that the 3/8 thread with the two area locating pins is near the front. Then we can take the longest screw that comes with the XLR handle kit and we'll drop it into the rear of the handle and tighten that down. With the handle prepared, let's go ahead and get ready with our cheese plates that go on the top of Cineback. If you purchase Cineback with the XLR extension kit, it's going to ship like this without the top plate. If you purchased Cineback and then later purchased the top handle kit, you'll need to first remove the top plate, but in our case here, we're just going to remove these three screws. At this point for the tilted cage, we're going to need to add this M spacer with these keyed slots, just like
Hopefully this
on
is
top
long
of
enough.
Cineback Lite. Now we can take the rear cheese plate, and this is a two-part system. So take the rear clear cheese plate for the XLR extension handle kit and
Let's see.
install it on the top of Cineback. And we'll use those same 3 screws that we removed from the top earlier. Next, we're going to grab the spacer that has an L on
Chat,
it.
people like, bruh, production
on the bottom plate right.
Production, let me say this. Production is great. But sometimes all this stuff we do to just try to be more efficient in our, and I don't know, how is this side so easily screwed in and the other side isn't? Is it the spacer? It's got to be the spacer, right? Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. We just needed one side to get lower. All right, I'm cool now. We cool. Just a tight little. We tight. Ah, there we go. Whew, now this is not a. These are some old lenses I had sitting around that I'm doing some tests to see if these budget Rokinon lenses still hold up today. I think these are like the first sets to UMC, but let me show y'all why this, I had to get that little piece on, because I do the NATO rail. Hopefully this is, let me on, yeah, I'm loose. There we go. Can I get in here? Oh snap, bro. Don't do that to me. Are these screws so these screws so big I can't get by it? Oh, gang, come on, bruh. Y'all playing me, dog. Why can't I slide? Or is it supposed to be flush? Because it's not flush? It's supposed to be down in there? All right, so let me see something. Let me see something, bro. Cause this ain't getting it. Thought I had a solution, y'all. This ain't the solution. Cause apparently it needs to sit down in this groove, and it's going through these, but it is now impeding. And really, I just need one side to come off. How low is that? So these were the, I'm sorry, these are the original screws that come with it, but I don't think that's long. I can tell that's not long enough to do nothing with. But I see that is meant to be flush. Now what I can do, which will probably be more of a headache if I have, like when I have to travel, I can put this on like this and then add my screw. But that's going to be locked into place. Let me slide this down. It's going to be locked in every time, and I would have to, if I don't have a key or if I don't have a hex, I am cooked. You hear me? But I do like this though, because I use an easy rig as well. And as you can see, it's a good looking build, man. I gotta get these cables worked out. Let me get this out of the way. I want to see what about cable management. Yeah, 35.
These small mini V mounts are really handy with this small V mount plate. It keeps things nice and compact and more lightweight, so that's going to work just fine. But of course, you can go.
Want to see how it's going to work?
Larger, like this small rig, G12. If you have a lot more.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Just want a ton of
Ooh.
time. When it comes
What
to
is?
how power
Ooh,
works
this
on
thing done
Cineback,
got.
there is
Oh my
absolutely
God.
no power draw when the power switch is turned off. So here on the side of Cineback, we have that mini power switch. When it is off, the battery isn't sending
Oh,
power
my power
here.
switch
So
right
you can
here.
Your rig, put the whole setup in your bag and not have to worry about drawing power. The second you turn on power, it's going to send power to all the jacks on the opposite side. So our two power delivery capable USB-C jacks, as well as
We
the
got
four
USB-C
DTAP
joints.
connections on the
Okay.
side here. These two USB-C jacks are capable of multiple different voltages, and I'll put all of them on screen here so you can take a look. And this is great, meaning you can power 5-volt devices all the way up to power-hungry power delivery devices like cameras, monitors, laptops, and other gear. The DTAP connections are unregulated, meaning whatever the voltage is coming off of your battery is going to go directly to these connectors. So if you're going to send power from the DTAP to your camera or another device,
And this is
like a monitor,
14.
you need to make sure that it's going to work with whatever voltage your battery is, or use a regulated cable that is going to take the 14 to 16 volts from your battery and send it down to something smaller like 12 volts or whatever you're.
And this goes from
We're also going to start carrying
4
cables
volts
like this that go from
to
USB-C
16.
to 12 volts.
So
that
this
you
will
can
convert
use
it.
the USB-C connector on the back of Cineback and power things like your monitor if needed. So keep an eye on the store for that, as these are really handy cables with lots of flexibility. Now let's get into powering your camera with the two different methods. And the first is going to be USB-C, and probably the most popular for several different reasons. And we'll go over that here in a second. But first, I'm going to connect this right angle to right angle Camera Foundry USB-C cable, which is available on our store. It's the perfect length for Cineback. So what I like to do is flip the thing over, flip out the camera screen, and stick it just underneath the camera, run it through to the other side, and now we can open the little door to the cable compartment area, grab the cable, and we're going to connect it to the bottom port of our USB-C module right back here. So just like that, nice and tidy. We can now close that door, flip things back around, and I'll go ahead and plug it into our camera. You can see how compact this is and just tidy, so we don't have a bunch of cables sticking out here of the camera. It's just really, really clean. So that's a great reason to go with USB-C, is how clean it is, but also how safe it is. Let's add a battery. Just gonna grab this Global Dynamics right here. Now I'm going to power on Cineback, and we'll power on the camera as well. And now we have power delivery. You can see on screen here, we've got the power delivery plug-in icon there. And what's great about this is if something crazy happens, like I disconnect this battery, it's going to be okay because the camera is using the built-in Sony battery, which you definitely need for this to work. And we still have power, 100% battery. And then when I reconnect power or hot swap a battery back on here, we now have power delivery again. So that's one perk, is kind of safety. If something happens with your power source, it's okay because you have the Sony battery built into the camera or plugged into the camera. This also protects you from strange power issues. So often, if a battery is powering both the monitor and the camera, sometimes if you have an HDMI connection, we can run into issues where either the camera or the monitor can be fried because of power running over the ground line. Power delivery eliminates funky, weird power issues like that on cameras. So it's a great way to go, and it keeps all of your DTAPs available for other equipment. Another way to power the camera is with a DTAP dummy battery or battery coupler. It takes DTAP from our splitter to a fake battery that goes in the camera. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that the cable is regulated and it's taking the high voltage and dropping it down to whatever the camera needs. Once you do that though, you can take out your Sony battery and the battery door that is attached to the FX3, and you can simply connect your battery coupler and open the vanity door here so we have access to a place to stuff our cables. I'll go ahead and run all my cables in there, and I'll plug into the bottom port, tidy up my cables a little bit, and then close the door, and now we have a really nice tidy cable run for our power.
I like it.
At this point, I can grab the battery, plug it in, turn on Cineback with the switch on the side, and I'll go ahead and power up the camera. Just like that, we've got power. It's going to say 100% because it's drawing from this battery here. And this is where we can get to kind of a sticky point Sometimes there's issues, or people have reported issues using this method of power. And if you're a crazy person like me, you can leave the camera on and just use this switch here to turn your camera on.
They said make sure it is positive to positive.
Just cut the camera power by cutting the power from Cineback. I would not recommend you do this. This is probably a terrible idea. It's what I do all the time, but I've heard there's all kinds of issues if you do this. So take that all with a grain of salt. Probably shouldn't be doing that. Back with the switch on the side, and I'll go ahead and power up the camera. Just like that, we've got power. It's going to say 100% because it's drawing from this battery here. And this is where we can get to kind of a sticky point. Sometimes there's issues, or people have reported issues using this method of power. And if you're a crazy person like me, you can leave the camera on and just use this switch here to turn your camera on and off like you see here. I'll go ahead and just cut the camera power by cutting the power from Cineback. I would not recommend you do this. This is probably a terrible idea. It's what I do all the time, but I've heard there's all kinds of issues if you do this. So take that all with a grain of salt. Probably shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, what are we?
The last thing I want to mention is that you can actually rotate this in that is attached to the FX3, and you can simply connect your battery coupler and open the.
I use a dummy D-tap.
So we have access to a place to stuff our cables. I'll go ahead and run all my cables in there.
I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Plug into the bottom port. I'll tidy up my cables a little bit, and then close the door. And now we have a really nice, tidy cable run for our power. At this point, I can grab the battery, plug it in, turn on Cineback with the switch on the side, and I'll go ahead and power up the camera. Just like that, we've got power. It's going to say 100% because it's drawing from this battery here. And this is where we can get to kind of a sticky point.
Oh, that is so much cleaner. Oh my God. Let me show y'all. Oh my God. Y'all see how clean that is? It's hiding all my cables. Oh, that looks so good. Let y'all see that. Oh my God.
I would not recommend you do this. This is probably a terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't do that. I always turn my FX3 off.
Probably shouldn't be doing that.
And on with the power switch.
The last thing I just don't play like that. Entire module with the D-tap splitter. Most of the time, it should be fine just like this with your cables usually exiting toward the camera. But if for whatever reason you want to flip this thing around, you can simply disconnect all of the cables, remove these 4 Phillips head screws, gently pull the whole module forward until it is loose, and I mean gentle, and you can rotate it 180 degrees and then reinstall it, and I won't tighten them down because I'm going to flip it back the other way, but now your cables are going to
I like positive being on the left. Yeah.
And to reverse, just pull up and rotate back.
So what I'm going to do is put this base plate back on.
Cable management is one of the greatest things about Cineback, and you can see just behind the camera we have this little door here, and I can peel it open, and you can see I have stuffed it with all kinds of cables. This red cable, which is going USB-C to 12 volts and powering our monitor, and we talked about that a little bit earlier, is 4 feet long, and I've got that thing jammed in there, and you can go ahead and close the door and keep things nice and tidy. We're also running a cable to power the camera over power delivery, so that's going right here. And it just keeps everything nice and tidy, and there's still extra room there. So cable management is one of the best parts about Cineback and being able to keep things nice and tidy, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing on a rig when you have a place to stuff all those excess extra cables.
Okay.
So that is Cineback version 2 for the FX3.
Well, we got it hooked up. It's a little bit, it feels a little bit bigger than what we typically had for some reason. But I'm not mad at the build, at the buy. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can still see this, but it's a lot. I don't, maybe because of my workout, but it feels a lot heavier, gang. Oh my gosh. And the battery definitely, I need my other handle on this. My goodness. But it's solid, boy. Let me see. Let me go back to. Y'all see this? This is what we got. And yeah. Hold. Let's. Oh. Just knocked the FX, the A7 over by accident. But yeah, y'all see it? What y'all think? Yeah, not a bad bill. I got to put my base back on with my rails. Hold on. Let me fully complete this because as you can see, having that other handle makes a big difference, gang. It makes a big difference. Now you see what I mean? See, I can handle this now. And people wonder why my arms be looking so, why all my upper body be straight. It's because of this right here. This baby here is heavy. You gotta be right here with it. Chest, you know what I'm saying? Sitting on my chest. But that's gotta be about, that's 20, 30 pounds easy. I need to weigh it. I'm telling y'all. 15s are light. This is not, I could curl this, bruh. Like, look at the guns. Y'all see the guns? Look. Yeah. That's what we dealing with. Well, look, I wanted to get on here, do this, build with y'all from Camera Foundry Cineback. We in the business. We in the building. Coming with something, you know. Yeah. So, shout out to Caleb Pike, I think is his last name. And shout out to him, team over at Camera Foundry, for helping us with ways to take our FX3s to another level. Build out. I got cheese plates. I can throw attachments on here, gang. The biggest thing I love is hiding like my cables, my cable management, especially like in what I do. I'm in all kind of awkward situations when it comes to docu-style filmmaking, and you know, you want a rig that's light and easy. And truthfully, I'm gonna show y'all. I got some of the. It'll probably be lighter with these babies. Like, I got the smaller ones. This is a tank. Like, I hate swapping batteries. So, this big boy. Oh, see that? Yeah. Oh. Whoa. All right, let me get right, because I almost jacked up both of my cameras. And why are you not? Why are you shortening out on me? Everybody just take 5. Everybody take 5. So we can avoid having to tell Mrs. B we done tore a camera up that we need for work. Okay. All right. Everybody cool? Everybody cooling? Let's unplug HDMI. Protect any ports. Legs are sturdy and stable. Let's become at 1. There we go. FX3, I need to center you a little more, so I can tell you are not centered, because when that battery came off, we were all over the place. There we go. Push that weight in the middle. Perfect. I knew better than that. There we go. Regardless of battery or not, we are centered. All right. So what I was saying before I got almost freaked out was, like, these big batteries right here. You see these tanks? They go all day versus this little one here. And this is what I'm saying. Look at the difference in that. I can get about three hours good out of these, but I don't have to change. Like even if I'm shooting all day, like nonstop, going 8 hours, this will get me through most of the day. And I'm talking about power and everything. Don't really have to worry about changing it, but it is heavy. This versus this is two different things, bruh. I'm talking like two different joints. Only thing I don't, and I'm gonna look for another solution because I don't like that right now. I would have to keep a hex, and I can't really break this all the way down. If I need to travel with it, like quickly, like I find myself being at the mercy of like not having a mistake, cause that is, I really couldn't get that. I couldn't get that. I don't think I can get this handle off without making sure I had a hex key. W build though. W build. Let's see what it feels like with a smaller battery. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. For real. Nah, I'm not even joking. That's a different feeling, gang. Totally different. And I love now that I can just flip one switch and everything is powered off. That is wonderful for me. Screen is protected in there. If I am traveling, I can take it out, turn it, put it in there, and it's just in the tuck. And with the big 6, makes it even better where I don't even have to worry. I can see all my main settings on my Sony FX3 and not have to be concerned. This is it. This is it, yo. For real. Well, I'm going to get back to editing. Hope y'all enjoyed this stream, learning about how to install. I have the Cineback version 2 for the Sony FX3. That's what this is. Definitely one of my favorite cameras. I'm not going to lie. I miss Blackmagic. The way my Blackmagic 6K and that 1835 Sigma lens pairs together, I can cook with that camera all day, gang. I'm not gonna hold you. Like if they told me, yo, you got to shoot something beautiful and fire to save your life, my combination camera would probably be that Blackmagic 6K. Now I ain't even talking about the 6K Pro. I'm talking like the OG 6K. Yeah. With that 1835 Sigma lens, I gotta go. That'll be one of my top 2 choices. FX3 may be my next go-to. What lens? I don't know. Might have to go with a prime on the FX3. Maybe 35 millimeter on that, or 24. Not sure, but you know. Let me fix this title real quick. Unboxing the Cineback version 2 for Sony FX3 and installation. It's updating. Good stuff. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all pulling up, fooling with your boy, and I will see y'all in the next one. I've been doing YouTube, and I'm trying to get back to more stuff like this on Twitch, being live on Twitch. Also, I applied for a streamer university. Let's keep that in your prayers, all right? But next stream, hopefully maybe this week. I got some other stuff I'm preparing for, and some stuff I want to react to. So we're gonna get into it and go from there. But until next time, man, it's your boy Lo. I'll see y'all. Peace.
I've been looking for somebody in the nighttime. Somebody with a real loving. When it get hard to feel something. When I need a lifeline. When depression get hard to deal with. Tell me that you can heal it. Don't need nobody say who called, but they don't. You rising with me, but I'm falling.